Well, and there's a dark side to this too. And it's something that I think especially guys, young guys have to be careful of, which is nowadays the availability of pornography is nothing like it used to be, right? Someone used to have a magazine or a video. Now there's access to pornography is just, a couple, thumb taps. Young people can develop a lot of their arousal template to very extreme experiences, right? Because of the availability of extreme porn and never actually have any real world experiences.
Yes.
Imagine that during the 60s in particular and in the 70s, like clothing was moving from less and less of a hint and more of a reveal. Nowadays, we are living in a time where there is a lot of reveal, right? I mean, it's pretty incredible, right? How much clothing has evolved. There's a great book. It's got a terrible title, in my opinion, but the book is called Can Love Last? It's written by a very serious psychologist that talks about this, that sexual attraction is the thing of objectification. But then as you enter into a relationship, you lose that. And so a lot of times people will have affairs. People will start looking at pornography excessively instead of their person. So a lot of they give a really incredible example of how relationships can continue a long periods of time with a lot of excitement, like sexual excitement, but also healthy attachment by cycling in and out of objectification, attachment, objectification, attachment. It's tricky, right? Because everyone loves when you get to the point of a relationship where you just hang out, you just watch movies and stuff. But then, if you're not actually objectifying each other every once in a while,
you need to.
It can go really flat.
100%.
And then we always hear like, after 20 years, they're no longer together. Or you see celebrity couples where one or both are like super attractive and you're like, he cheated on her?
Yeah.
Well, how could that possibly be? It's because the world objectified her. Our species is fundamentally about making more of ourselves and protecting our young. And we understand a little bit from biology is that there's also a power negotiation in any kind of interaction, like a sexual interaction, right? Because both people are making themselves very vulnerable. So some people merge like flavors and sensuality in general, right? And it could be because they had an experience, it was an amazing meal, which led to a amazing sexual interaction, which led to a relationship. And so they link up to all of those experiences. That's just kind of, we're very Pavlovian in that way.
Can we do that to ourselves?
What's that?
Can we create Pavlovian reactions to ourselves, to the things that we want?
Well, and there's a dark side to this too. And it's something that I think especially guys, young guys have to be careful of, which is nowadays the availability of pornography is nothing like it used to be, right? Someone used to have a magazine or a video. Now there's access to pornography is just, a couple, thumb taps to a couple people. And people can get very, young people can develop a lot of their arousal template to very extreme experiences, right? Because of the availability of extreme porn and never actually have any real world experiences. So if you think about it, their brains are becoming wired up to become aroused watching other people have sex. In terms of the extreme things like sexual arousal, if young, and I do say guys, it's women watch pornography also, that's been well established, but I get a lot of questions from guys who are addicted to porn and who have challenges in sexual interactions in the real world because they either need that or they don't really understand, they haven't been socialized in terms of normal, consensual sexual interactions. And I always say, anytime we're talking about this sort of thing, the disclaimer is we're talking about age-appropriate, consensual, context-appropriate, species-appropriate, right? Throw in species-appropriate because, there's all sorts of things out there.